Ash always scores by now. Oh, do you love him? Just having some bonding. Okay, Tom, I think if you go a bit too fast, she'll...
Bouncing against the wheel.
Yeah. Oh, what's the great?
Romeo, he again, you know, he's one of those horses where he's actually better when he's going to show after show. So this year hasn't really suited him in terms of not having many shows on, but he was definitely pleased to be back out and jumping. He jumped good all through the 2 weeks. He was doing the sort of 140s, 145s, a variety of classes really, and just getting him back into the swing of it. You know, some horses they're good for a break and then they go to a show and that's when they're at the best, and some, a bit like him, he's best when he's had a few shows on the trot. So first week we just gave him a chance just to find his feet a little bit, get into the swing of jumping, and then the second week he was fantastic again. He jumped good solid rounds every day. He got better every time, and then he was actually placed, I think he was 6th on the last day in a 140 speed, which, you know, he went straight in, he jumped really well, didn't touch a thing, and he felt really, really good, back on form. And you know, ready to go to a few more shows. And obviously now with the indoor season we don't have much to do, but it's nice that he's found a bit of form now. He can have a couple of weeks rest and then look on to next year. So then finally we've got Cash. Cash was obviously the horse, my main horse that I took for that Nations Cup week, that second week. So basically the whole couple of shows were to help build her up to that. And yeah, it went well. It went very well. She jumped good every day. She was in fantastic form. She jumped some good solid rounds that first week, but just like I say, just teeing her up to basically jump that Nations Cup and giving her a few easier rounds to start with. So that way when she went into the Nations Cup she was nice and confident and sort of ready to go. As it turns out, you know, I had a fence down in the Nations Cup and time fault annoyingly, but it was a fantastic experience to be out there on my first Senior Nations Cup team. I was really honoured to get the chance to go. And although I was disappointed to have a fence down, it was just one of those, you know, unlucky things. I probably could have done a couple of things different. But she jumped a really solid round. She actually made all the technical parts look really easy around that course. So yeah, I was over the moon with her. She jumped fantastic. She's a very special mare. And hopefully we've got a few big things to come in the future.
Jockeys the youngest jockey in the team is Joseph Stockdale, riding here with a Cacharel. Of course, son of the late great Tim Stockdale. finished in 6th place with a brilliant double clear in the 3-star Grand Prix in France in Quintillieu back in September. His performance as well, he rode brilliantly in Drammen and very much deserved his opportunity that Di Lampard has given him here today.
So the Nations Cup was originally meant to be running on the Friday afternoon. Now it came to Friday about midday and we had massive torrential rain, and it actually was so bad that it flooded a bit of the showground. So the Nations Cup actually got postponed to then Saturday morning. Thankfully they didn't cancel it completely, they reran it. So yeah, it was a bit worrying for a minute that when we had that massive amount of rain and we had to stop jumping, but luckily the facilities there are great and all the drainage worked perfectly. So we were then able to get the Nations Cup rescheduled for the Saturday morning, and the ground was good, and luckily the weather held out for us. So yeah, we were very lucky to be able to jump it.
So wait, yeah, wait, can you even hold me? Hey, oh, hey. There you are, not more than a dream. Or am I wrong? Hey, you, I saw you from the distance. Hey, you, can we talk? Hey, you, I think you're my subsistence.
So obviously we'd qualified for both the Grand Prix both weeks, and in that second week, after we jumped the Nations Cup, Cash went in and she was clear in the first round of the Grand Prix. So no, it was a really tough Grand Prix. It was an Olympic qualifier. You know, so it's big enough, it was strong. There was a lot of technical parts in places, but she jumped a fantastic round. I was really, really happy with her. I couldn't have asked much more. You know, we'd had one down on the Nations Cup, so I wanted to go in there in the Grand Prix and, you know, jump a good clear, and she did that fairly easily, to be honest with you. So I was over the moon with her in the first round, and then it was a tough jump off. There was a lot of really good riders and good horses in there. So, you know, we had to have a little bit of a go, and just turned back to an Oxer, and I let her jump a bit to the left, and so she sprung the back rail and had one down. But one of those really unlucky things that actually, if she went in there again, she probably wouldn't do it. But I probably could have just helped her a little bit as well. So it was a good learning experience. You know, I was very pleased. It was good to jump clear in that Grand Prix at the end, and get a bit of a result there. So we finished on a really good note, and she jumped fantastic the whole 2 weeks, as did all of them. So.
Para não fazer excesso de tempo, e consegue sem faltas para Joseph Stockdale. Cacharel apuram-se assim para a barragem.
So now that we're back, it's nice and cold and it's raining, so nice to be back home. All the horses now are going to have a bit of a rest whilst over Christmas, so it's going to be lovely to be back home then. And yeah, we had a good journey home. Actually, we didn't have any problems. The 3 days went very smoothly, thankfully. We didn't have any breakdowns or traffic or issues or anything like that, so we had a nice easy journey home, and yeah, it's lovely to be back. So thank you very much for watching the vlog. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.